This is my first video chat for the Wire Magazine blog. It's an easier way to do it than to put my pen and paper in hand. So today I actually have a wonderful guest that was with me on June 25th at the Taste of Toronto. And that is Mr. Kevin Brazelot, the bass player and extraordinaire cook of Demolition Rage. Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Cheers.
You got your Timmies in hand. All right. So, how was your Taste of Toronto experience? Your very first Taste of Toronto experience?
Well, it was definitely different. I've never done anything like that before. I was actually amazed at the amount of stuff that was being offered, about the amount of restaurants that are involved.
Yeah, there was 21 chefs. There was over 70 dishes to taste. 200 marketplace artisans as well. It was the 13th year they've had it, the third year down at the Garrison Commons at Fort York. And so you were amazed. Your expectations were met?
I'd have to say more than met. It was a very educational experience. Let's put it that way. I've never been to a wine tasting. That was actually pretty unique. I really actually found it very informative on where all the grapes or the wines are produced, how it started, and how the wines go with each different food, such as snacks or appetizers, or actually eating a meal. So it was quite interesting and very educational.
And they were all the Beaujolais wines.
Oh yes, they were all the Beaujolais that I did the wine testing with, and then later on you took me over to the cooking class.
Oh yes,
the master class. Sorry,
sponsored by Metro. Yes.
And I thought Mike and Miranda were very amazing. They definitely know their stuff. So far, they know their stuff so well that I was left in the dust, so to speak.
Considering the photo coverage and the video coverage that I saw, including my own photos, that there were 2 to 3 at each station, and you were the actual only solo chef in the room.
Well, yeah, that is true. Most of them were either coupled or yeah, like you said, there was like 3 or 4 actually involved per station. Yeah, so I didn't realize that there was cameras on them to show them on a bigger screen. So I'm watching them, and he's holding things up to this camera, so I couldn't see actually what he was holding up. But that was okay. I think he realized that, and he got me some help for one. Debbie.
Oh, yeah. Photo extraordinary. Jump in and burn the onions. That I've done very well, according to his quote.
And then he slowed down so that I could catch up, which was very gracious.
And you did well at your butterflying that chicken breast. Apparently, the sous chef, he complimented. What exactly did he compliment you by saying?
He complimented me on the way I beat my chicken.
That's what I heard. I love your smacking technique.
Yes, my smacking technique with my knife. Yeah.
That leads into the second question. Where did you consume food products at this restaurant fest?
Oh, we went over to the one booth that said.
I believe it was Richmond Station.
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah, Richmond Station. There, I had a burger. It's called the Station Burger, and oh my God, it was like to die for. It just like melted right in my mouth. I couldn't get over the taste. It just oozed deliciousness. And then I also got one of their ice creams in a homemade waffle cone, which they made right there on the spot. It was a cappuccino style ice cream. I don't know what else they had on it. Had this little white, almost like a marshmallowy type substance, but all of it together just made your mouth water. It was just great, fantastic.
Yeah, I had 2 of them the night before.
Um, and then we went around, and some of the booths had samples like pillars. Um, the what was the sausage that
It
they
was a
had?
smoked
Was it
sausage.
the
I was
smoked
hoping
sausage?
that they would add the pepper one. That
Yeah,
was really, really unique.
but
But
that
we
was
first
so good.
stopped off at Tropic Love.
Well, yeah, but that was more for drinks. That was all natural. They blended everything right there in front of you. They put in ice. We had the pineapple. Once it was all blended, they put it back into the pineapple shell. Had a little umbrella in it and 2 straws, and yeah, oh, it was awesome. Um, it took away my thirst. Let's put it that way.
Until the heat got to you. It was really intense that day.
Yeah, and then later on we had some lemonade that Metro was bringing around. Um,
Well, I had the watermelon, but you had the lemon, yeah.
oh yes, yes, yes.
And then you made a pit stop at, I do believe, or
Miller Brewery.
that's it.
Yes. After we made my delicious meal at the Master Chef,
Which, by the way, was a chicken with cumin and tahini sauce mixed with burnt onions. Yay, me.
and we took that on the road with us. Went over to the Miller Brewery um,
Truck
wagon.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. And then, yeah, I had one of their root beers that apparently had alcohol in it.
5.2% it did.
So I kind of, because of the wine tasting, I decided to do my own little tasting with the root beer. So I did a little bit of a swish and colored my palate with the root beer, and then I took a bite of my chicken that I made, and took a little bit more root beer, and wow, it just made it pop. Yeah, all tasted caramely and delicious and sweet, and oh, it was beautiful.
Right on. I didn't get a chance to sample it myself because I was the designated driver. What was your favorite experience of the festival?
Um, I would have to say my favorite experience was it would have to be a toss up between the master class and hearing
Franco? Franco?
Franco talk about Charlie's Burgers, because that was quite an interesting story about how they decided to be something different than any other regular high class restaurant. And it sounds like they put the fun right into eating.
Yeah, and it can be found in different locations.
Yeah,
all the
you,
time.
you have to sign up online, and then they'll tell you where the location is, and they give you a code. And apparently, you can go to these locations, and yeah, you're treated really well. Some people, in one of his stories, was a couple went to the washroom, and there was champagne in the washroom, and he comes back out and he goes, "There was champagne there. Do we have to pay for that?" And it's all totally free.
Part of the experience.
It's part of the experience of their restaurant. They try and make each experience unique and different, which I think that's an awesome and excellent idea.
And they're recognized as the number 3 in the top world's 100 restaurants in regards to food and wine experience.
Well, I can see why, because everybody likes to have a little bit of a not so much just the great taste of a good meal, but they also like to add a little bit of entertainment and mystery, so to speak, to the whole experience. You know, what better way to go on a first date is to take a lady, or in a case of the lady taking the guy, you know, take them to a restaurant like that. I'm sure you'll never forget the experience, and it'll definitely leave a memorable monument on your mind.
Yeah, it's totally unique.
Yeah, that's a totally awesome idea.
So, what was it like to actually work with Tom Cruise? Get this. Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman, Julia Roberts, personal chef, that'd be Chef Mike Ward, as he mentored you in a room full of people. And the host, Mike is also a producer, a TV producer, and Canada's number one food journalist. And then you've got Miranda Keys, who is a host, a writer, a food stylist. And then she came around and chatted you up. I got a photo of you two having a good chuckle. So, what was it like to be in the likes of those particular TV stars and personalities?
They didn't really come off like that. Like they just came off as just some regular people. They were very helpful. They were very very funny. It was just an overall enjoyable day and very enjoyable experience at the master class. And yeah, very nice people to meet, as well as just yeah, they're just down to earth and very helpful.
Awesome. Would you say that you recommend the Taste of Toronto, which is also located in a total of 22 different cities around the world, and Toronto's right up there with them? So, would you recommend the 14th year next June to anyone that is a food connoisseur?
Most definitely. If you're even if you're visiting Toronto, if you're in the area on those dates, um, you don't want to miss it. Go out. If you got if you got a few bucks, don't worry about it. You'll have a good day.
Yeah, $30. I think did you?
Yeah, that's all I spent was basically $30, and my whole entire experience with it was great, and it's definitely a tourist attraction, as well as anybody who's local. Yeah, I'd suggest go to it. Um, you won't be disappointed. Um, it was an overall rewarding experience.
Yeah, and as I put it in my report, was overindulge in your tummy or overindulge on yummies, it'll fill your tummy.
Well, I don't know about that. All I just remember is that my stomach was never hasn't felt that good for quite some time.
Well, thank you so much for assisting me with the project. I couldn't have covered it the ground that it needed because it was an awfully large piece of ground that we had to cover. So thank you for splitting that up with me. And check it out on Facebook, Taste of Toronto. The Wire magazine's on Facebook as well, so is Demolition Rage. So thanks. Bye for now.